Hello, this is just to let you know about how you add a featured image to your blog. If you notice, if we go back to the lodge here, I'll come back to it. If I hit blog, hit the blog, you notice that these other ones down here have got little square images, they're thumbnails, so when people share the article on Facebook and things like that, it will have a little image to share with, yeah, a thumbnail. So so this is how you do it. These are actually by default, they're square. You can upload any sort of aspect ratio image and it will crop it for you, but you don't have any control over the crop. In this particular instance, I've got Photoshop, and it means that I can crop a square image and adjust the you know, the contrast and brightness and things like that. So what we actually need to do is add a featured image to your new blog post. If I click on it and I press edit post, and you see down here it says featured image, and you can just set featured image. Okay, I want to upload a file, which I've already done. I'm using a Mac, it may look slightly different. But what I did was, in Photoshop, I got that image you sent. I'm just going to save it now. If you have to large PNG, I'm going to do it as a JPEG. There. I mean, if you get stuck with images on a blog, it doesn't take me very long to do it myself, but it's probably something that you might want to, as you progress, maybe get yourself an image editor, like the very entry-level Photoshop or something, and just get used to using it. It just means you've got a bit more control over the images that go on your site. Anyway, I'm putting on this one for you. You see it comes up here. Now, these are a few things in terms of SEO that really really help. The title of the image, Avesbury at the Lodge, doesn't really mean anything. Filming at Avesbury Lodge, maybe we could have that. BBC at Avesbury Lodge, yeah, so that's quite descriptive. And the alt text is quite important. So this is for blind people and people using screen readers. You can say something like image of BBC actors at the lodge. You want to try and just whack keywords in here if it seems appropriate, because that all helps your SEO. So I'm going to press save on that. Okay, now my image is there. I press update. And I look at the post. Nothing will be on the post itself, because the actual thumbnail itself is stored. If I go to blog, you see it's now on your blog roll. A few other things to do when you've written a blog article are this. If you come into it and I edit the post, it's not categorized, so what we need to do is categorize it. So I'm going to categorize it under the lodge. You could categorize it under events or news, create a new category. You'll have to figure that one out for yourself. But at the moment I've only got Avesbury Stones and the lodge. I wouldn't use uncategorized, it doesn't really do anything for you in terms of your search engine optimization. Right, tags are quite important. So what I'm going to do is type in things that are relevant to this blog post. BBC, I'm going to press enter. I'm going to press filming. I'm going to say lodge, Avebury. You could even type in the actors' names or the production crews, you know, so stuff like that. People might land on your site if they're looking for a specific thing that's not relevant to your B&B business. A blog can generate all sorts of traffic if you write nice articles that have interest to people. I'm going to leave it at that. Possibly you can you can add some more tags. Okay, so film and television at Avesbury. If you wanted to really, in terms of the title, if you really wanted to go mad for the SEO, you'd put Avesbury bread and breakfast, because the more you mention the keywords in your content, the more relevant Google will think your site is for someone googling bed and breakfast in Avesbury. So you might want to put bed and breakfast in there, or one of the other keywords that you're trying to optimize for. The title of all the blog posts are very important. If you can get keywords in the title, that's where you really want them to go. The permalink is the URL, so it's avesburylodge.co.uk/films-and-television-Avesbury. You can change this by pressing edit and putting in Avesbury Lodge or B&B and these types of things. So you'd kind of put your keywords in as much as you can without it sounding unnatural. If you wanted to edit this and add B&B, I could then put you have to put a hyphen, bed and breakfast. Yeah, because that's also quite important for your SEO. So you're telling Google what the article's about, and it's also very important for telling visitors what it's about. But keywords in the title, keywords in the URL, the permalink, what the page is registered in Google as. You can whack a few keywords throughout your blog. Now the bit underneath it says SEO settings. Now you can let Google choose a snippet. When I say a snippet, if I go to a new page, a new tab, I'll go into this one in a minute and then hit there. If I hit home and I type into Google bed and breakfast, Avesbury, yeah. Now if I look down here, you see that you've got snippets underneath it, the Lodge, Avesbury, C50 Traveller Reviews. Oh, they've got your TripAdvisor one here. Where's the actual real... Anyway, a snippet is what comes underneath it. These little bits. You can choose what gets displayed there in this setting, or you can let Google choose it yourself. I would let Google choose it yourself, because people might be Googling certain things about your articles that you don't know what they're Googling, but then it brings up a rich snippet from your post which makes a lot of sense, and they click through. The other things, the canonical URL and the URL redirects, it's getting to be quite heavyweight SEO down here. If you're not making huge amounts of changes, so you don't delete this page and then write another one on the same topic and that sort of thing, there's no need to worry about canonical URLs and redirects. The only thing you might want to think about is a custom document title. So a document title here, where it says at the very, very top, would overwrite the blog post article. So if you wanted to call it Film and Television Avesbury, but you want Google to index it as something else, like BBC, visit Avesbury Lodge, bed and breakfast to film a documentary, something a bit longer, you can type it in here, custom document title, and then press update, and then when Google indexes the blog post, it will take that custom document title here rather than the blog title. Now you can just get skilled at it and make sure your blog titles that you type in up at the top are informative, read well, have keywords, and just do everything, so you don't really need to touch the bottom bit. But if you want to kind of go quite in depth in manipulating how Google represents your pages, then this is the bit underneath it, theme SEO settings. I think it's probably good to do things on your pages definitely the home page, possibly the about page and things like that. But for the blog post, I would tend to just leave Google to index it how it thinks it's best serving its users. Okay, so that's it. Featured image, tags, and the document title and URL. They're the main things. So I hope that's given you a good bit of info for when you do it yourself next time. If you get stuck, you can always come back and look at this video again. Okay, hope that's helped you out, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers, bye.